We're back live. This is BBL TV. We're in Hartford, Connecticut. I'm at Buckley High. And we have a great young man that has done a lot of community work here in Hartford that has affected a lot of the young people here. I want him to introduce himself.
My name is Kevin Kurtz.
Kevin, what type of programs are you running in as far as helping the community in Hartford?
2010, established the GHPA Youth Basketball Program, which is a nonprofit organization spurred off of me working since 1997 with my partner Pete Higgins doing the Greater Hartford Pro-Am. During that time, a lot of different things was happening and transitioning in the city. It was different, and when the N1 revolution came through, we were instrumental in introducing that to the Hartford area and Keeney Park and various gyms for fundraisers. But after that happened, it seems as if kids started to lose sight of fundamentals, and they wanted to do all of the tricks and things of that nature. What they didn't realize is the guys that were playing in the N1 were having problems crossing over to get into the NBA or overseas because there was a lack of fundamentals. These guys had them, but it was more lucrative for them to kind of showcase the street ball skills than it was to go overseas and make less money doing, the fundamental way. So in 2008, I became pretty ill. I had a liver disease, and during that tenure, me waiting to have a transplant, because I had to have a transplant, I decided that I wanted to give back, trying to do more to establish fundamentals in the community with basketball. It's not to be said that people weren't already doing it, but I just kind of wanted to do my part since I've been working in the community since maybe 95 to, if I'm going to complain about something, then I might as well be a part of the solution instead of part of the problem. So, like I said, in 2010 I established GHPA Youth Basketball Program, and I actually, one of the people that, as you know, was working with us since we started at Pro-Am, asked Dawn Gittens if she wanted to help me out and be one of my coaches, which naturally she said yes, so we've been rocking ever since. So with that, in 2002, I started doing a Keeney Park Youth Basketball Tournament in Keeney Park for kids that were 8th grade or 14 and under. Basically, that's just a tournament for the kids to, with something to do. I'll invite about 6 teams, 10 kids, all need to be 14 or, not in high school. We're in the street, so you're gonna have a little bit of give and take of who makes it under what have you, but the whole premise is family day, give the kids something to do, play basketball. It's a free event, give them free t-shirts, trophies and things of that nature. First to let them know that, they are appreciated, that somebody does care, because, you have everybody out there that's volunteering, and, just have a good community basketball. So where everybody is all spring and summer competing against each other, I'd rather it be more of a fellowship. Maybe it's not one team together, but they're missing some kids, so maybe they take from somewhere else, just to let them play basketball. So, I've been doing that. This will be, last August was my 13th year doing that. In 2000, I got tapped, as you know, because you helped me in one of my first clinics. I got tapped by Doc Hurley to do his youth basketball segment when he does clinics. So from there, I started to get a little bit more involved with the scheduling of the tournaments and things of that nature. So I was doing that for about 13 years. And now, since he's passed, I've actually decided that maybe it's time to fill that void and bring high school basketball back, in that kind of format. So December 19th, I'm doing the Spirit of Doc Hurley GHPA High School Basketball Classic at Trinity College. So hopefully, we can kind of keep his spirit and what he believed in scholar athleticism and academia, and kind of have it as a positive community thing to, to look forward to. I decided that I wanted to do it at a college venue because a lot of kids, when they play basketball, they might not go as far as junior high, or they might not go as far as high school. Once they get out of high school, they may go on to college, but they're pursuing their engineering dream or what have you. So if you're playing in high school, my idea was to give them a taste of what it feels like to play on a college campus. And if they didn't have that dream, maybe now they like what they saw, they'll give it a shot and want to, pursue it even further. It's really my whole focus is just making sure that the kids are off the streets and in the gym. So, whatever I can do to help and do my part, I genuinely want to do that. It's really, sometimes we get lost in ourselves and what we're trying to do. And, sometimes you got to evaluate yourself. You understand what I'm saying? We all want to do well, but how do we do well? And are we genuine about it? Because it's a gamut of people that might say, oh, well, this is the new thing to get into, so let me take advantage of it. That'll get found out in the long run, So I believe that it's a lot of things that's going on in the community with people such as yourself that's trying to, do your podcast or what have you, and then you have coaches that have come up in the community that see what's going on, and now they can put their footprint out there. So it's like, as long as people, I kind of got this saying, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, it's not my saying, but it's true. It takes a village to raise a child, but I am not a fan of the village idiot. So we have to make sure that the right people are in place to guide us, to walk with us, and to lead our children into the right place. I might not be the right guy, but it's somebody out there that needs to understand that if you're going to have the guidance of a kid, if you're going to be able to guide a kid, you want to make sure that you get them as far as you can without them being caught in some of the negative influences that run around them every day. Sometimes people come and they say, well, I'm going to do this, and it's only once a year. These kids are out here fighting every single day. And it's a chance that with the ages that you're out, once they get 13 and 14 years old, some of them might not come back home. So it's very important that you have people that are out in the community that the kids may know, or that are interested in knowing the kids, to whereas they can, listen, man, it can relate to them a little bit and say, I don't think you want to be over here, or this is what I see in you. These guys might be gone, but you might have a chance, and the peer pressure is pretty tough as well. And it's a tough environment because we don't get too many breaks, So I think that with parents, with coaches, with citizens, and with city officials, all got to come together to make this one kid over here, over here, over here, all over the place, to bring them up in the right system to whereas they understand that bad and mischief is not for me. And these are the options that I have besides going outside and sitting on the stoop and watching the cars go by. Like, no, there might be someone that wants to come and take you on a trip to go see a different area, or bring you to the movies, or put you in the Boys and Girls Club, or put you in the YMCA, or bring you over to the Salvation Army. It's a lot of outlets. We have to utilize them. You know what I'm saying? It's more than that. It's a lot of youth mentoring programs that are coming up that I think are very positive. But we got to get our kids to them. You understand what I'm saying? So it's crime everywhere. But what are you going to do to try to deter the crime? Are you going to sit there on the news and say, oh boy, them child, they need some help? Or are you going to try to find out a way that you can help give back? Because they need help. And it's a lot of adults out here, and a lot of adults have been through the same thing that these kids are going through. So whereas they could say, listen, you might not know me, but I lived your life. I want better for you. Kid keep hearing that, he might believe it. When we started doing the Greater Hartford program, there were probably 3 people out of Hartford that had ever played any type of professional basketball, meaning overseas. This year alone, I think I can count up to 15 kids that have grown up to get out of college, to go on to play professional basketball. I don't care if you're playing on a travel league that goes from Connecticut to Atlantic City to Texas. You're playing professional basketball. If you're going overseas and you're getting a check, you're playing professional basketball. So somewhere the product that we put together, or the blueprint that we put together to say, listen, we're going to try to put out entertaining basketball on a professional level in the backyard. You go to the Civic Center, you pay $25 to watch a team play, you watch a player play, when you can walk around the corner from your house and go to the gym and watch this dude play for free. Sounds like a good deal. You understand? Now when you have these people come into your community and show them what you can do, and then they're playing with you, this kid's going to be laying on that floor. I have a picture, and if I can find it, I'm going to give it to you. I have a picture when we were at Fox Middle School. Tremont Waters, one of the top kids in the state, over at South Kent right now, getting recruited by D1 schools. He's laying on the floor on a basketball, probably 9 years old, smiling, loving it. But the thing about it is, these kids see that I could do this. They're not going to the Civic Center and saying, oh, look at this, they lucky. They're in their neighborhood looking at these players that they look at on TV and say, if they here and I'm playing with them or I'm watching them, that's what I want to do. And all of these kids have grown up, and now college is the thing to do, and working out is the thing to do, and now we see on Facebook everybody doing their drills. It's a whole new consciousness in this small city. This small city has been filled with basketball. You talk about history since before Bobby Knight. Bobby Knight was one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Hartford basketball player ever. Harlem Globetrotter, New York Knicks. He would have a game at 7:30. I heard the stories from Doc. He'd have a game in New York at 7:30. He out here with the ice cream truck over in Bellevue Square playing ball at 3. Coach got called. Say, yo, get back to New York. We got a game. So the love of playing basketball in Hartford has been dominant for a long time. And I wasn't around it, but I've been around Eddie Griffin. That's like my uncle. You understand? So him and my dad, best friends. So I've known these guys, and to grow up and be around them and listen to the stories that they've told me is just, it's rich. Basketball is very rich. It's a small community compared to the New York Cities or the Bostons or the Jerseys or the Phillies. But these guys can come into Hartford and maybe went to Keeney Park and ran into some stuff. So with that being said, I think what you're doing is a wonderful thing. I didn't really want to talk as much as I did, but Hartford, Greater Hartford, it's all the same, because when we get up, we're a part of a community. And if we're going to get up and be a part of a community, the best thing that we can do is be the best part of the community we can, because we got ours. It's not about us anymore. And if anyone thinks that it's still about them, something's wrong with them. We cannot be pointing the finger at anyone else until we understand what's wrong with ourselves. And once we can assess that, now we can dig into what we really need to do. I'm happy because I'm alive, I have a passion, and I get to live that passion every day right after my 9 to 5. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, listen, whoever's spoken, respect to them, because I know that anyone that you spoke to, they needed to be on here. I appreciate you asking me to be on here. I'm not probably doing anything that anybody else is doing, but what I want to do is make sure. A long time ago I said I wanted to change the face of basketball. I don't know if I did that personally, but I think that the temperature, the climate of basketball, we're in a gym right now on Saturday. This was never happening. This was never happening. We're in a gym talking about why basketballs is bouncing. This was never happening. So for all of this to be going on, I just think it's a wonderful thing, and if it's anything that you need that I can do to help, I'm always going to be here. My name is Kevin Kirksey. That's all that I am, and I do basketball. That is it.
This is BBL TV, signing out.